This is Professor Joe, your education advocate. Today, let us discuss Edmund Husserl and his phenomenology. If you don't like philosophy but still want to sound smart, Husserl is your guy. Let's break it down together. Edmund Husserl is considered the father of phenomenology. As a brief overview of this topic, phenomenology is a philosophical approach created by Edmund Husserl, employing a method of analysis that purports to arrive at the pure data of consciousness and thereby provide the foundation for epistemology and ontology. The method involves bracketing certain features of experience, stripping them of all assumptions and presuppositions, and laying the base of their essence. Husserl believed that to understand anything, we must strip away all the biases and assumptions, which he called the natural attitude. This process is known as epoche, which is hitting pause on all your preconceived notions to get to the core of your experience. Husserl also introduced the term phenomenological reduction, which focuses solely on how things appear to us in consciousness. Think of it as zooming in on the pure essence of your experience. To get Husserl, remember these key terms: intentionality, epoche, and phenomenological reduction. Let me give you some etymological definitions. Phenomenology comes from the following Greek words: phenomenon, meaning appearance, and logos, meaning study. In short, phenomenology is a study of phenomenon. The term phenomenon implies anything that the mind is conscious of. Example, I have a key in my hand. It exists materially and my mind is conscious of it. So, the study of phenomenology investigates the essence or the nature of material things, or things that appear to us. Husserl did not invent phenomenology out of a vacuum. Still, it resulted from the debate between realists and idealists at the end of the 19th century to understand the role of the knower, our subject, and the thing known, object. The realists argue for the independence of the object of knowledge, while the idealists argue for the primacy of the subject, which is the knower. Husserl tried to resolve the issue by his phenomenology as a way out of this debate. Instead of specifying the nature of reality, Husserl argued for a pure description of things as they appear to us. As Husserl said in his motto, let us go back to the things themselves. For Husserl, this philosophical journey is a discipline that attempts to understand what is given to us in experience. We call it phenomenology. It provides us with an account of how things, phenomena, appear to our awareness, and ultimately, it tells us how the world appears to us in terms of our subjective experience of it. To experience phenomenology itself is to understand the idea that we usually view reality from the vantage point of the natural attitude, according to Husserl. Natural attitude is the way people investigate things, with the common natural belief that the meaning of reality depends on the subject or how the subject experiences it. So, for those people with a natural attitude, the world is out there relative to their experience. Husserl is not happy with this natural attitude. In contrast to this natural attitude, Husserl claims that people can adopt a phenomenological attitude, suspending or bracketing their belief and natural attitude, and eventually recognizing that it is just a natural attitude. The knowledge they gain from this attitude is not true or true knowledge. This act of bracketing, called an epoche, will be used to turn their attention to the ongoing activity of their consciousness and not to the experience of reality. The overall act of employing epoch is bracketing all preconceived notions and prejudices about a particular phenomenon to understand the true essence of reality, which is called phenomenological reduction. It is phenomenological because it transforms the world into a phenomenon, and it is called reduction because it brings us back to the source of the experience itself, the world of existence. For example, man is a phenomenon, and let us apply a phenomenological reduction to get into man's essence. Starting with a natural attitude, we may say that man is a rational animal or simply an animal that is capable of thinking. However, from the point of view of a phenomenological attitude, man is perceived the way we experience man. This view varies depending on how we experience man. Man is then experienced as more than a thinking animal or a being possessing freedom. In this approach, Husserl adopted a technique called eidetic reduction. By turning our reflective awareness toward the experience itself and employing phenomenological reduction. Eidetic reduction, for Husserl, is a way of understanding the essence of some experiences, and he called this a movement from fact to essence. So let us ask one big question. What is the essence of experience? At the heart of his philosophy is the idea of intentionality. Simply put, intentionality is our consciousness that is always directed at something: a tree, a table, a thought, or a memory. Husserl believed that to understand anything, we must strip away all the biases, assumptions, and natural attitude. This process is known as epoche, a pause on all your preconceived notions to get to the core of your experience. He also introduced the term phenomenological reduction, which means focusing solely on how things appear to us in consciousness. Think of phenomenology as zooming in on the pure essence of your experience. To get into Husserl's philosophy, remember these key terms: intentionality, epoche, and phenomenological reduction. Stick with these. Stay curious and happy philosophizing. Thanks for watching. Please support this advocacy. Like and share this YouTube channel.